Hello, and thanks for joining me for another episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. I am your well being girlfriend, Yvonne Daniels, encouraging you and helping you to embrace the power of giving your body permission to relax for better choices, health, and wealth. We're doing that one deep breath at a time. All you need is an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to grow and to go. And of course, over here, man, it's all about changing health narratives, leaving health legacies and remembering that the health that we have is the wealth that we're born with. We talk about all the other kinds of wealth that we need to know about for sure, but to know that health is the wealth that we actually have, that we're actually born with, is just so exciting. Man, and I tell you what, we just need to make sure that we're good stewards over that. So, how are you doing today on this day, Matt?
Hey, what up, though? How are you doing today?
I am well. I think the cold is kind of getting to me. It's bitter out there, but it is December and we are in Michigan, so of course, it's tis the season. So I hope you're doing well, and man, hope you're enjoying the holiday season so far. It's my favorite time of the year, and I'm excited to talk today. Ooh, you know what? I almost and I didn't forget, but sometimes I'm so excited about the topics that we have to talk about. But we've got to kick off the show, and how do we do that, Matt?
With a deep breath.
Let's go. Come on. In and out. Definitely helps. And definitely remember that you can do that whenever you want to, as many times as you want to. And it definitely gives your body a chance to relax, no matter what the situation. So keep that in mind. December, love December. December is Write to a Friend month. All right, so now Matt, you've got to tell me. I mean, I grew up in an age where, we didn't have email, cell phones, and all that kind of stuff. So writing was just, you wrote letters. So, do you write letters often?
Um, I mean, when it comes to writing letters, I usually write thank you letters to,
Okay.
like my grandparents and
Oh,
family for,
cool.
like Christmas cards and stuff like that.
Right.
I wrote thank you letters for all my graduation present or
Okay.
graduation party presents.
Mm-hmm.
Usually though, I don't really write letters like that. You know how you were saying like me and my friends usually how we communicate is cell phone, text,
Yep.
FaceTime,
Mm-hmm.
calling, stuff like that. So
Right.
in terms of actual just writing letters,
Right.
no, not really.
Well, I tell you what, you're off to a good start. That's great that you write thank you letters because I mean that's wonderful, and I think that that counts as well. Some people don't even do that, and no shade, but I'm just saying, there's something about getting a letter, getting a thank you note, and December is actually Write to a Friend month. So we think about the when was the last time that you wrote a letter by hand. Like I said, I grew up in a time where we wrote letters. I have letters from friends that I still have. It's just something about taking the time to write a letter and you see that letter years, from the time that you receive them and you see that person's handwriting and you see that they took the time to actually write, their thoughts down on paper, for you. And it's just, there's something about that. So, and especially in a time where we've got email, you can text as you were talking about, text your friends and all that kind of stuff. My mother's really now my mother has her siblings. Some of them will text her for her birthday. She's very adamant, do not text me. She's like, I don't want a text message. She actually, would rather like a call or a card. So she's definitely from that era. But we think about the times now where people just email, they text their friends, but nothing can replace the joy of a handwritten letter. And I'm telling you, I still have handwritten letters from years ago. And just, putting that letter or that postcard or what have you in the mailbox, waiting to, you know, get a letter or waiting for a reply. It's just an awesome thing. So, um, you know, this being Right a Friend month in December, perfect reminder to slow down, reconnect, share your heartfelt words with the people who matter to us the most, and especially in a season filled with shopping lists, busy schedules. That's we're all into that, especially this time of year. It's a chance to give something truly special, your time, your thoughts, and care in the form of a letter or a note. There's nothing like it. It's not just about nostalgia for handwritten letters. It's about deepening connections, whether you send a postcard. I've gotten postcards before, and I'm like, this person is out enjoying, an adventure, an outing, and they thought of me, and they thought enough of me to just even write a few words on a postcard and send it. It's a great feeling, whether it's a postcard though, or if you write a long letter, or even a thoughtfully written email. And we're including email in this, but I like to just think of write a friend month as cards, postcards, but even if you write a long email, I mean, if you put your thoughts down in that, that's great too. It's the act of reaching out, brightening someone's day, and strengthening bonds is so important. So, there are some ways we can celebrate Write a Friend Month. You can write a handwritten letter to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. You can include a keepsake like a photo, a pressed flower, or a doodle that is extra special. You can share a memory you cherish about them and why it's special. And that is just so powerful and so impactful. And you can start a letter chain where you can have friends pass along notes to others. All of these are just really, really great things to do, especially this time of year. So if you have a friend and you've been too busy to write, today is the day to drop them a note. All right, it means so much, especially with our lives being so busy, to receive a loving note from a dear friend. And when you write that note, it also helps your handwriting skills. So we like to benefit from this as well, especially in an era where all we are using are our keyboards. All right. You can make a list of your friends, drop them a line telling them what they mean in your life. Man, I'm telling you, that's a win-win situation. So we love that. And of course, over this way, since we all about our health, and health narratives, health legacies, we like to see the benefits that we can get from them. So not only are the people that you're writing these letters to, they're getting, your thoughts, your care, your warmth, your compassion, but you're getting something out of it as well. So letter writing is a deliberate and reflective activity. So unlike the rapid digital communication, which is cool, it has its place, but letter writing requires time and intention. So this slow process encourages mindfulness and self-awareness. I love this. Here are just a few things we're going to talk about and just the benefits of letter writing. We're talking about emotional expression and catharsis. Okay. One of the greatest psychological benefits of letter writing lies in its ability to facilitate emotional expression. Writing a letter allows you to articulate your feelings that might be difficult to express verbally. All right. Whether it's gratitude, love, anger, or sorrow. Putting your emotions into words can provide a sense of relief and catharsis. Just a great process, a great release for that. So, and actually, studies have shown that expressive writing can reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. Especially important during this time of the year. So, when you write about your feelings or stressful events in a focused way, it helps you process complex emotions and gain perspective. I am really big on perspective. That is so important. So, letters can serve as a safe space to be honest without fear or judgment or interruption. So we love that. All right. Also, engaging in letter writing promotes a mindful state where the writer, or where we're going to say you're the writer, right? You're focusing solely on the present moment. So we're talking about stress reduction through mindfulness, choosing words carefully, forming sentences thoughtfully, and reflecting on thoughts deeply. I love this. Mindfulness, the aspect reduces stress by diverting your attention from worries, anxieties to a calm, deliberate task. All right. So I'm telling you, this whole letter writing thing is so much deeper than we thought. Writing letters also slows down your thought processes compared to fast paced digital communication, which we love technology. We do. And, by slowing down, this allows for better emotional regulation and helps prevent reactive responses driven by impulsive emotions. And don't we need more of that? All right. Just the slowing down and being able to control our emotions even better. And also, letter writing, it strengthens your relationships and social connection. So, loneliness and social isolation, they are major contributors to poor mental health, and that's just worldwide. So, maintaining meaningful connections, it's very crucial for emotional well-being. All right, you got to have those connections. So letter writing can enhance relationships in unique ways that technology just sometimes can't replicate. We love technology, but that letter writing thing is just powerful. So it can also deepen your intimacy and connection. If you're receiving a handwritten letter, it often feels more personal than a text message or an email. It can convey effort, care, and attention for you and the person you're sending it to. All right. This is like a tangible form of communication, which helps to deepen emotional bonds. How do you feel when or have you received a letter and you thought, wow, this person really took the time to write me a letter, Matt?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you, when was the last time you received a card from someone?
A card or
A
a
card.
letter?
Well, a card, and I look at it because with cards, you have to write, even if you don't write the card out yourself, but even at the end it says, love so and so, or they may add their own little touch to it.
Well, it's actually kind of funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
So when I was down in Detroit during the Thanksgiving break,
Uh-huh.
I was had some or I visited with my aunt and she
Hmm.
was like, "Hey, I forgot to tell you, last year I never gave you your birthday present. I was going through storage and yep, I found your birthday card." And I was like, "Yeah, oh, I never gave it to Matthew." So yeah,
Right. Yeah.
I would say probably about 2 weeks ago when
Okay.
was the last time I got my card.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So, and that's something that that's a tangible thing that you have. You can look at that. Like I said, I keep my I keep my cards and my handwritten letters. So, writing letters just allows for that thoughtful communication, where you can share your stories, your memories, your hopes, your encouragement in a way that feels really intimate and cherished. And this enhances and fosters empathy, understanding between people, and we are all for that. Also, it helps you to reconnect with loved ones. All right. So letters can serve as a bridge across physical distance or time gaps, whether it's reconnecting with your childhood friends, some family members, that maybe some things are, kind of tense or strange there with those family members, distant relatives. These letters can provide an opportunity to rebuild relationships slowly without pressure. I love that. Building, not pushing it, not pressuring, but just building that relationship slowly, okay, through letter writing. And man, knowing that someone took the time to actually compose a letter, and their thoughts and just their time and care, that can have a lasting positive effect on your feeling of self-worth and belonging, and these are key factors in mental health maintenance. So we also definitely want to always encourage that, and just a couple of other things. So there are great benefits cognitively for letter writing. Besides emotional benefits, it stimulates brain function in beneficial ways. So, letter writing often involves recalling shared experiences or personal reflections that strengthen memory retention. We love that. I always want to be able to remember as long as possible. So, you can organize your thoughts coherently. And communicate effectively, engaging in areas of the brain responsible for critical thinking and memory retrieval. So keep that in mind when we're talking about letter writing is not just that superficial or just surface. There's some deep stuff here. So it can also improve your communication skills, helping you to hone in on your writing skills, your vocabulary use, your grammar skills, and the ability to articulate complex ideas clearly. And these skills can really, you can transfer those to so many different ways professionally, better communication, enhancing your impact for social interactions and mental wellness. So love that. And we're gonna end on this because there's just, I mean, you can do a deep dive and really get down into the weeds on this letter writing thing. But just, I love the fact that personal letter writing can be a tool for self-discovery. uh, if you're a journaler, you probably don't journal. Do you journal, Matt?
No.
Okay.
I mean, there's been a couple times
Okay.
where I had like a daily thoughts journal and different like daily affirmations and stuff like that.
Right.
But no, usually I would say no.
Okay. Well, journaling is something that I've thought about, and I'm kind of like you. I've started to do it, and I was like, and I kind of, but I want to make 2026 a year where I start to journal because just the times when I write letters to people, I mean, I really see the benefit. So, and I can only imagine if I were to journal on a regular basis. So, journaling in letter format or composing unsent letters can serve as a powerful tool for introspection. So you get to clarify your thoughts and your goals. When you write letters and address it to yourself, it's like, or anybody that's some symbolic recipient. You can say like, your dear future me. Okay, it creates an opportunity to clarify your goals, your values, your beliefs, and your challenges. All right, you got to be honest with yourself, and that's part of what we talk about with this whole, health is wealth and health narratives and health legacies. Part of it is being honest with yourself, and this is going to really help to do that. It clarifies and adds clarity to decision making processes and builds resilience by fostering a strong sense of identity. So we love that. Yay for letter writing. So some practical tips for incorporating letter writing into your life. It's just setting aside dedicated time, even 10 or 15 minutes daily or weekly, is effective. You can choose your medium. You can, use beautiful stationery. You can have a simple notebook. Just make sure that you enjoy it. That's the key. Write without censoring. Let your thoughts just flow naturally without worrying about grammar or perfection. Love that. And address different recipients, right? Thank you notes, like you talked about earlier, Matthew. Apologies, letters to friends, family, or even yourself. Keep your letters. You can preserve your correspondence as a reminder of progress over time, and you can consider sending them. You can share your words, deepening your relationships. Alternatively, keeping some private if you prefer. It's just all about getting your thoughts out, writing those letters, and if there are some that you can send to others so that they can benefit from your thoughts, your compassion, your love, your time, that is just wonderful. So, just some tips on how we can celebrate National Write to a Friend Month. All right, so great stuff. I thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. Man, I tell you what, Matt, how do we end each and every show?
With a deep breath.
Let's go. Come on. In and out. Thanks again for listening. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And be sure to check us out at Deep Breath and Taste Buds at blogspot.com. Thanks for joining me for this episode, and I'll see you on the next one.
Good stuff.